All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the official Dance Studio Network podcast. We are so excited to have you with us on this week's first episode. We've got so much to share with you guys. And so today we're just taking a moment to kind of talk about where we're at, where we're going, and where we're going to take your dancers and how we grow them. So with me, the amazing, the wonderful, the talented Miss Ann Bailey. Say hello to everybody. And I am Jonathan Chatham, your host here of the Dance Studio Network. You'll see me from week to week as we bring on different special guests throughout the year that you're not going to want to miss, but we'll get more to that in just a moment. As for right now, what is the Dance Studio Network? You know, what is this podcast? What is this story? Where are we going with this? And, you know, this idea, this concept to really bring parents into the process of growing with their dancers. You know, when a dancer is in the room, they're spending maybe a couple hours each day in a class with teachers, with peers, and parents are on the outside. They're watching from, you know, the window, trying to decipher, you know, how their kid's growing, what they need to do more of, you know, how can they help them? And I think there's a big gap that is missing. So our goal is to bring you parents along in this amazing story, in this journey that we call dance. And, you know, our mission is to help you discover the artist within. And that takes a collaboration effort from our team, from our teachers to our admins, to our owners, to our parents and our students. It really is all encompassing as far as what it takes to grow as a dancer. And the more unity that there is, the more progress and growth that you'll see. So with that being said, we've got, recital coming up right now. Hope you all are excited about that. I know Miss Ann, she works with all the costumes. How many costumes did we order this year?
Oh my goodness. So we have, with the 3 locations, probably up to 100 classes per studio. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so each of those classes have their own recital number, dance. A few of them do get combined, but it's a lot.
It's thousands of costumes, right?
Yes.
So God bless Ann. She has taken over this responsibility years ago. And I mean, everything from ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, hip hop, point. There's so many different styles of costume makers, manufacturers. And to add it, the drama this year, costume shortages, stuff you never thought you'd have to deal with in the dance industry. But lo and behold, finding the right companies that can deliver. Yeah. I mean, there's been some wild stories of, you know, they're calling us, like some of the manufacturers, and they're like, we've got fabric that's stuck on a ship out on a port that's shut down. And I mean, just every type of challenge that goes on that you never know about. And that's the stuff we work with behind the scenes to make sure that your dancer gets their costume on time, fits right, you know, you're ready to perform, you bring that energy to the stage. But it is a tremendous amount of work that goes into it, right?
Yes, it is. I saw a meme this year that was like, it was a person on a boat, and, you know, Miss Nikki sent it over to me. She was like, you have to see this. So it was a person on a boat, like, paddling out in the water, and it was like dance teachers going to the boat for their costumes. Like, we're gonna get these costumes one way or another.
Yeah.
So that was funny.
Oh man. It's true though. I mean, every industry has seen supply constraints, a very challenging time to do anything in life right now. And let alone, you know, tights, shoes, costumes. There's so many things that go into making a great performance. And, you know, we've really been humbled by this opportunity to see how globally connected we are and how things, you know, affect this whole experience. But with good work, with a good team, man, we have pivoted and, you know, navigated through these choppy waters, finding the right companies who will deliver. And, you know, God bless them. They're doing so much work nonstop, 24/7, trying to make sure that all our dance studios around the country, everybody is getting their costumes on time. Yeah. So we know how important it is. So our heart, our love, our work is behind it. But as far as, you know, doing recital, you know, for those, maybe this is their first time this year, walk them through kind of the process of what that's like.
All right. Recital is such an experience, you know, whether you're that, we actually have some 2-year-olds that come on stage with us, and I'm always just so amazed at how well they do, and they have such a good time. But did you want to know like how we do it and what that process is going to look like?
Well, I mean, for like the
or?
first time dancer, yeah. I mean, we have our own little special secret sauce we add to the recital,
do.
of course. You know, how we host and do some live interviews throughout. But, you know, for the dancer who's, you know, maybe watching, what to expect for the first time and maybe just expectations, you know, how to manage those.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have all of those in studio observation days and performances where your parents and your family come and they're really close to you. You've got about, you know, 10 cell phones at your face, you know, so it's very different when you're on stage. You have the lights, you're in your own world with your classmates, you know, and just give it your all, have a blast, and we'll have the DVD that you get to then watch and see how you did. And once you really see yourself on stage there, know that you'll be really proud of what you did.
Well, I think what I love the most about recital is when that magic comes alive. And there's something about being in uniform with your peers in the same costume. It's like, okay, it's go time. And then when the lights hit you in the stage, it's an experience that unless you taste it, it's hard to fully describe.
Yeah.
And so I watch like the little 3 and 4 year olds, some of them that are nervous, who go up and just, man, all of a sudden you find they have a high amount of confidence and everything they've learned through the year just clicks and it goes forward. And then the older dancers, as they've worked on, you know, their dances throughout the years, you know, learning how to master, you know, performance. And there's a big difference between, you know, knowing things technically and performing them.
Yeah, that quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the more experience you have, the more engagement you have through this process, the more it's going to refine you. And that is the whole point of, you know, artistry. It's kind of like you're looking at a sculpture and you're chiseling out a new section every time you engage in something that you've maybe never done before.
Yeah.
Or even if you have done it before, you get more confident at it, or you get, you know, better technically at it, and it changes the overall performance of what it was like to be up on stage.
Definitely. There's something about the stage or just even being at the theater. It just like brings life out of me. We get in there, we're bringing all the things we need for the show. And it's just like, okay, this is what all this hard work was for. This is what all of these classes and practices were for. When you hit the stage and you're just like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Now you feel it. Now
Yes.
you see it. Yeah. And I know we run a very busy schedule. You know, our studios, we have 6 recital shows. So all of our team is collaborating and helping, serving, leading, you know, guiding through one show to the other, from one studio to the other. So what we're doing is not an easy task by any means, but it's so awesome when you see all your team working together and watching first-time parents and dancers in it, those who are returning, those who've got some great select pieces maybe they're showcasing, and it really just brings this artwork and community together. And, you know, when you start in dance, it's your job to find what your passion is. So if you love ballet, go for it. If you love jazz or hip hop or tap, you got to find what your groove is. And the only way you're going to do that is if you try it and get exposed to it.
Yes.
So recital is a great time for you to both observe and see other styles, as well as, you know, participate in performing yours. And again, we love to see our grandparents and family members, brothers, sisters, everybody's coming along. There's a rich history in dance. And that's really, again, part of why we want to take time to sit down and talk with you guys, to share the stories, not just from us, but from those in the community that make this whole thing come together. So really pumped about recital.
Yes.
All right. So flash forward after recital, what happens next? We've got our summer classes happening. We've got so much. Jump on in on that one.
The very next day is June 6th. So that's a Monday, everybody, at 10 a.m. We've got classes. So we're going to have weekly classes June 6th to August 13th. We do camps. We'll have a level 1 camp. We have a princess camp, a frozen camp, a ballet intensive. We have new this year is a pro prep workshop for those adult dancers who are going to be getting a lot of guidance for auditioning for pro teams.
Absolutely.
And I know I've missed team auditions.
Yes.
Come to those team auditions. Check in with your office, the directors, if you have any questions, so we can help guide you to the team that's going to be best for you this season. And then we also have the Nutcracker auditions, and that is a production that is open to
That's its own.
anybody ages 6 and up. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, there's so many branches of dance artistry to grow on. And, we've got the ballet company, we've got our performance teams, we've got our competitive company, we've got a tap team, we've got a drill team, we've got really just something for everybody. And that is something really unique. Some studios don't get the opportunity to do more than one or two. And again, that's attributed to our team of collaborating together, creating multiple really limitless opportunities that if you love ballet and Nutcracker and that's your lane, that's where you're headed, you want to be trained in Cicchetti. What is Cicchetti? Come ask us. We'll tell you all about it. We've got a whole route for you to travel on. And then for those that are just exploring and trying new things, getting to an audition can be scary. And I think, part of why we love hosting auditions is it gives kids a chance to grow their confidence. When you're learning how to dance in front of a judge or somebody's critiquing you, you're learning the early stages of what it's like to go on later in your life if you choose to do so and present yourself.
Yes.
And, there's something so powerful about this life skill. When you are bold and confident to share who you are in front of somebody who's set to judge you, you got to know that what you have is valuable. Now, you may not hit the mark every time perfectly, and that's part of progress and growing and learning. But if you know that what you have is valuable, it's finding the right stage, the right expression, the right opportunity for that to come alive and to be nourished. And when you watch a kid find what it is they love, man, you can't stop them if you tried, right?
Oh,
I mean, and that's what I love to hear is, we don't want you to be feeling like you have to be taking all these classes. We want you to want to take those classes, because if you fall in love with dance as much as us, there's no way we'll be able to stop you. And that's what's been fun. So we've got all those auditions, all that stuff's online. You can check it out. Tremendous opportunity to come see. It's like, even if you're not sure, if you want to sign up for a company and go to that next level, it's a good experience for you to at least get that exposure.
Yes.
Right. So take that decision as a family. We really, we really consider it more of a 50-50 balance. We'll take you as far as you want to go, but you got to show that you want it. And if you want it, man, it is a cool journey ahead. So amazing things happening from there. And then we go back into our normal fall schedule, which will come out later. Again, super excited. We dance pretty much all year round. So whether you're taking off time, to take a little summer break, hey, find your balance, find your breath. But we'll be waiting for you when you come back. And make
dance
sure
has no season.
Exactly. And make sure you're stretching. If you're on vacation, you're on a cruise, you're up somewhere, you're surfing. Who knows where you're at going around the world right now. But take time to, keep pressing ahead, finding your rhythm. And I think, consistency is everything when it comes to dance. A lot of people, run the risk of burning themselves out if they don't balance themselves correctly. And that's something we really try and articulate to our families to make sure you balance, your family time, your academic school time and your dance time and whatever else is going on in your family.
Yeah.
And when it's balanced, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Balance is everything.
Balance is beautiful. That's gonna be
there you go.
Our little golden nugget award today. Balance is beautiful.
Yes.
Balance your life and watch sustainability thrive and grow.
Yeah.
But beyond that, we want you guys to be a part of the story. So I'm really pumped. Today was just kind of welcoming you in, to the beginning of several stories ahead. From our directors, from performing artists in the industry, from professors, people that we're going to have on the show throughout this year. We want to walk with you guys through these stages of growth and development and help you understand how you as a parent can support your child to help them discover their artist within. So it's not an overnight process. And, like anything that's worthwhile, it takes time, it takes practice, and it takes commitment. And when you're in it and you're part of it and you're part of a community, then you have people who are lifting you up, supporting you, and guiding you in areas that you may be unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
So anyways, well, we're pumped to have you guys. Welcome again to officially the Dance Studio Network podcast. We are stoked to have you on our show, and we've got some exciting things, some special guests that will be joining us throughout the weeks ahead. So if you love dance as much as us, you've come to the right place. Again, I'm your host, Jonathan Chatham. This is the Dance Studio Network, and we'll see you next time.